Good morning. Good morning, and welcome to Simply Brilliant. I am Phil Brilliant. It is November 11th. It is Veterans Day 2025. Thank you to all of our veterans, to all those who have served. I got my veterans, got my sweater on today. This was actually my fiance Debbie's father's sweater. I'm wearing it today, and he's a U.S. Army veteran. My father, my uncle, both U.S. Army veterans. And thank you to all of those people who serve our country in all manners to make sure that we are safe and protected as American citizens every day. And we have a debt of gratitude to all of those who serve in the armed forces. And I was at the Rutgers basketball game last night. We are 2-0, two big wins. And they had a little special presentation and honored the veterans in the arena. It was very nice, and I think it's very nice. I think it's nice that we stop and freeze for a day um, and remember all of those who have served, because I think sometimes we take it for granted. The freedoms that we have are because of those who have protected our freedoms. With that, I'm not going to go very long today. I'm actually going to run down to downtown Toms River. The Veterans Day Parade kicks off. They sounds like it's 9:30. Try to get down there about 9:15. Like to get there every year. It is always a feel good moment. It's a little chilly out today, so wear your layers. I got my turtleneck on and my sweater. I'll have a jacket. Um, and as we do that, and we always pray for those who are in harm's way in the armed forces. I think, we always need to remember those who, you know, stand up for our freedoms. And I think it's also important to think about sometimes those people who abuse the fact that we have these freedoms. And, I'm not going to go real long. I haven't really gotten a lot of sleep. I got home last night, and the first thing I did was I logged on to the Toms River Township website, just on the outside chance that the agenda for tomorrow night's council meeting, again, tomorrow night, November 12th at 6 p.m., is the Toms River Council meeting. And I'm going to tell you, um, if you haven't paid any attention to what's going on in Toms River and you live in Toms River, if you laugh at me when I talk about recalling the mayor, if you laugh at me when I talk about the things that he's done to people, to be destructive to this town, how he has abused his authority, how he has tried to interfere with elections, how he has tried to interfere with the Board of Education. Um, if you want to laugh at me with everything I say, I want you to go to the Toms River Township website, and I want you to pull up the agenda for tomorrow night's meeting. And then I want you to tell me I'm wrong. Um, this agenda tomorrow night is about Daniel Rodrick making sure that come January 1st, he loses nothing, because he is protecting himself to make sure he still has control of the council, for lack of a better term. Um, again, with the election that has occurred, what we appear to be the puppet majority that Rodrick has had with Lamb, Coleman, O'Toole, and Byrne will switch January 1st, because Byrne and Lamb will be gone. They'll be replaced by Robert Bianchini and Clinton Bradley. And even though Jim Quintlisk will no longer be councilman, there will be Nivison, Bradley, Bianchini, and Sikosi, 4-3 with Coleman, O'Toole, and Aber, who we still haven't heard from, met, or know who he is. And there is no way, and I'm trying to stay calm, this agenda is not about Toms River. And I really want everybody to share this video. This agenda is about vindictive payback to those who oppose Daniel Rodrick, and it's about protecting those who are in his inner circle and support him, to the nth degree because he has nobody else. Um, Look at the agenda. And I'm not, you know, blowing anything out of proportion. You know, ordinance number 9. And by the way, any ordinances or first readings, they need to have a second reading. So sometime before the end of the year, they need a second reading. Ordinance number 9, amending and supplementing chapter 80 of the Township Code of Adopted Ordinances titled Claims Approval to revise the policies and procedures related to the approval of claims. That is how bills are paid in Toms River. Now, we don't see what the backup is to this ordinance, so I don't know what it really is changing. But that chapter 80 is how bills are paid. They go from the CFO to the business administrator. They come to the council for approval. I guarantee you, and I bet my sweater on it, he's removing the council approval because he won't have a majority. So when the council votes and they say, I approve all the bills, or I approve all the bills except or I abstain on this because I have a conflict, or I say no to this bill because Bill Stilton of Shore News Network should not be paid $48,000 a year for putting out blasphemy, putting out arguments, and putting out things to benefit Daniel Rodrick. But if the council can't vote on it, they can't deny him getting paid. He has no contract with Toms River, but he keeps getting paid because Daniel Rodrick puts the invoices in for approval. That's what he's removing. That's a guess. The next one, so amending and supplementing 5-8A of the Township Code, titled Agenda to establish additional policies and procedures pertaining to council meeting agendas. Is the council president no longer going to do the agenda? Is the mayor going to do the agenda? We know he does already. That's what's on here. You know, wrong. Mayor is the executive branch. Council is the legislative branch. That's called a check and balance. You need that. That's healthy government. He's eliminating healthy government. If that's what he's doing, I'm guessing again. The next one, repealing Chapter 5, Section 16 of the code. That's the council powers. He's eliminating the council powers. I could pull it up, but trust me, go look at it at the, online. Supplementing and amending Chapter 49, titled Assistant Township Attorney to revise the policy procedures related to the approval of the Assistant Township Attorney. But I bet you he's taking out the approval of the council so that he can just approve it and appoint who he wants. Ordinance 13 is very interesting because it's doing eminent domain on 1 Robbins Parkway. That's the boatworks site. I thought Toms River already bought that for $1.8 million. Why do we need to do eminent domain now? Be interesting to hear about that. Township clerk, basically having only one township deputy clerk. Right now we have 2 in the ordinance. And then modifying the appointment of subordinate officers. Bet she's taken away the council's approval on that also. And then we come to 15 and 16, and I'm going to just state it, and I'm going to step back. An adopted ordinance titled MUA dissolving the Toms River Municipal Utilities Authority. I'm a commissioner of the Toms River Municipal Utilities Authority. It is a very effective and a very necessary separation between township and the MUA. He is looking to eliminate it. I have my opinion why. I'm going to reserve that for right now. And then the next one is creating a wastewater collection service utility because that's his replacement. I don't think he can do this. I'm not a lawyer. I don't sit on council. That's my opinion. And hopefully tomorrow night, and the last one on here, by the way, the ordinance is, I'm not going to go through the whole resolution, but the other one is he is establishing a salary range for confidential employees and amending the title of Assistant Township Business Administrator to Chief of Staff. I'm sure that's for Mr. Chabot. Then there are a bunch of resolutions. This agenda is about Daniel Rodrick losing power January 1st and doing whatever he can do to change the government changed the makeup of Tom's River. And we, the people, cannot let this happen. If you watch it online, come out in person tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Show that you are disgusted with what's happening. We don't get to talk. First readings of ordinances, nobody gets to comment. Consent agendas, we don't get to talk anymore. Okay. We have to wait until our public comment after all the votes are had. But come out and have your voice heard. Come out and show your face against this. This is despicable, disgraceful, and this is not what Tom's River needs. He is changing Tom's River because he has the votes to do so, but we cannot let that happen. How do we stop it? We come out and show numbers that we do not want this in our town. And two, we recall the bastard and get him out of there. Sign the petition. We need 18,464 signatures by January 25th. We're close to 7,000. We need your signature. Go to recalldanielrodrick.com. Find out where we'll be next. Email Daniel Rodrick, recalldanielrodrick@gmail.com. We'll come to you. We need to save Tom's River from Rodrick's Rules of Chaos. Today on this Veterans Day, please remember those who have served. Thank them for their service. We thank them every day. And I am very grateful to have America and to be here and have freedoms that we have, but they should not be abused here in Tom's River. I'm Phil Brilliant. This is Simply Brilliant. Thank you very much.